Speed Week Season 9 continues with the biggest race of the 2016 Season 9 schedule. Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway in beautiful Daytona Beach, where tonight, 42 cars take to the track for prime time action here at the World Center of Racing. Welcome to NBC's coverage of the Triodos Bank 300 here at the Daytona International Speedway. Joining me alongside is former Nationwide driver Chris Washer, now going to join us up here in the broadcast booth. I'm Jamie George, voice of the Nationwide Series. Alright Chris, after what we saw in the shootout and in practice, it's time for all 42 cars to take to the track.
Yes, the practice and then the rookie shootout was a little bit clean because there wasn't a lot of cars on track at the same time. But this is 42 cars on track, Jamie. We may see something more than what we saw in the shootout and practice. We can actually see a very big wreck come out of this race. And when you hear about wrecks and Daytona in the same sense, it all comes down to the safety. The safety of these cars, even though we're back to the old cars, we have improved safety cockpit and outside the car with new safer barriers on the inside of the track and on the outside. It should be a very fun and safe race here at Daytona.
And you hit the nail right on the head there, Chris. Safety is a number one priority here in DASCAR. Even though we are back to the original cars, as Chris said, they have been safetified, if that's even a word, but we'll get to that during the pace lap. But Chris, 32 laps and a record-setting field of rookies tonight. It's just going to be one fun race.
It will be a fun race, but it could be a very dangerous one at that also, because you said it, a record set of rookies in this field, and with a bunch of rookies come with a bunch of rookie mistakes. I'm sure we'll see some of these rookies making their debut make some of those newbie mistakes that we're going to see tonight. But the question is, how big will the mistakes be? Because there could be small mistakes, like missing a stop on pit road, or over speeding on getting hit speed penalty. A big mistake is going inside the apron, trying to pass somebody, then go up on the racetrack and crash on the field. That's a very big mistake we saw in past seasons. But I don't know, it could happen again with a big bunch of rookies making their debut here tonight.
And even though the rookies are going to make their first ever start here at Daytona, where it matters the most according to our preview here, DASCAR is not going to go teams when it comes to the rookies. If you pass below the yellow line, expect to be penalized if you don't get back to your position. Positive wreck, expect to be penalized. It all depends on the severity of it.
Yes, it does, but I think I'll have to disagree with you there about your opinion. They are rookies, so I believe DASCAR is going to give them a bit of leniency on the penalties because it's their first time. They don't know as much as these veterans on track. If the veterans make mistakes, oh yes, they will get a very severe penalty. But if the rookies get it, I expect a less severe punishment.
We'll see if DASCAR goes lenient on the rookies. I'm pretty sure they will, because knowing that this is their first ever start and we have a truck full of rookies here that are doing their first ever start. But we'll see what happens throughout the course for the next 32 laps. Chris, I know you're itching to get this race started.
Hey, I've been waiting for the season start.
Alright, don't go away, folks. We'll be right back. Triodos Bank 300 will continue right after this. And welcome back to Daytona International Speedway coverage of the Triodos Bank 300 here on NBC. Chris Washer alongside Jamie George getting ready to call this race for you here at Daytona. We've got Jaden Clarkson, Diana Vasquez, Dishwasher, Esmail, Gilles Bowman, Vicar Blash, Brian Acosta, Emmanuel Hartnett, Emmanuel Michaels, and Seth Cole, rounding out your top 10. So as we said in the pre-race, Chris, these cars are a lot safer than they were in Season 1. Safer barriers, and a lot more safety added by DASCAR.
Yes, there's lots more safety added in by DASCAR, thus making the car safer. We expect a very fast, fun, and safe race here today.
Alright, let's focus on dishwasher here for just a second. Throwback Bobby Gerhart scheme on that car. Looks like his ARCA series car. What does Dish have to do to get a win?
Luck. Because in super speedways, all you need is luck. And if you can get up to the front at the right time, then you have a very good chance at winning this race.
Well, let's not waste any more time. Let's get to our picks presented by Nationwide. Nationwide's on your side. Chris, you're up first. Who do you got to win?
I'm going to go Diane Vasquez because she is the Daytona Queen. She knows how to race, she knows how to win, and she won here last year. I'm going with her.
Alright, I'm going to go with a non-Pony Motorsports driver. Please forgive me. The 5 dishwasher in the throwback Bobby Gerhart scheme. Going to get his first win in his first ever DASCAR Nationwide Series start. I'm probably never going to hear the end of that.
Nope.
What did I just put myself into? Anyway, Jaden Clarkson and Diana Vasquez, Pony Motorsports 1-2 on the front row, dishwasher, and that triumphant number 6, not being driven by Robert Piet, by the way. Robert Piet is in a new car. Let's focus. Let's find that before we get the green. Chris, Robert Piet starting a little bit towards the back, but don't expect him to be there all race long. This guy knows how to put cars in front and knows how to put cars in victory lane and knows how to put championships in his house.
Oh, yes, he does, because Robert Piet, he is the one. If you have Robert Piet to drive your car, he's basically guaranteed to win the championship the same year.
Robert Piet and Piet Motorsports with their overall leading 5th championship. Piet with his third championship. So Robert Piet going to look to defend his title at the end of the season here in season number 9. Pace car is about to turn on the pit road. Chris, I can only imagine what the drivers are going through right now as the pace car looks towards pit road, and there it goes. Jaden Clarkson will have the start. Ladies and gentlemen, season 9 is green.
And the one car got off to a very, very great start as expected.
Don't count on this to be. They will try to get 3 wide, possibly 4 wide, and just like in the shootout, we might see a caution. Dishwasher side drafting with the 4. Oh boy, this could be trouble. Here comes Dish.
Could Dish get the lead? And he's not going to lead the first lap, but he could lead at the second lap, as these two are just a 2-car train.
I will not want to buy a ticket on this train, because this train is going over 100 and 200 miles an hour in the turns. These guys know what they're doing, I hope.
I sure hope I know what they're doing, because they're going around 200 miles per hour to a 2.5 mile super speedway, and this is where dangerous wrecks can happen.
Here comes Dish down to the bottom. They're going to hang up Clarkson.
Very smart move, because Dishwasher knew there was help on the bottom more so than the top, so he went down to the bottom, even though it's only lap 2 coming into lap 3. Still a very, very smart move by my man Dish.
And Dishwasher leads the lap here at Daytona. 5 bonus points going towards his championship point standings. It's still a long way to go to even start thinking about the chase. Here comes the 7 down to the bottom. That's not the 7. There's the 7. Gilles Bowman going down to the bottom. So far so good through the first 3 laps.
So far so good, but it's only 3 laps, Jamie. The 3rd lap isn't even completed. It's 30 laps to go. Many things could happen. We could even see a very big wreck.
We could see it. They're right there moving. But I don't want to jinx anything. They're trying to get 3 wide. And wow, the 7 just led that by the skin of his teeth.
Only time of 7 Danica Patrick car will lead at Daytona.
Yeah, we expect that 7 car to crash. No, I'm kidding. Trying to get our cameras squared away. Here comes the 12 of Emil Michaels. Emil Michaels has never won ever since she started racing in this series.
Ooh! We could have seen a huge wreck right there.
That could have taken out just about everybody in this pack. But luckily, they're not doing that. And here they come to the lawn. I'm not even going to try to think who led that.
It looks like the 7.
No, it was the
12!
Emil Michaels led that by 1/1000th of a
Imagine
second.
that was the finish of the race.
That would just look like the Daytona 500 from this year. Here comes that 16 car, that Conway Freight 4, down to the bottom, pushing Emil Michaels, Riley Anderson. The 10 just got kicked up to the high side by the 20.
Yeah, they're making very, very, well, how should I say this, very risky moves in the first part of this race. They're pushing up people to the top, just get down to the bottom. And I say, them, they're knowing how these cars work, how the aerodynamics work, and they're making risky moves because they're race car drivers. They want to be up front, and that's exactly what they do.
These are some of the best drivers in all of DASCAR, next to the Phillips Cup Series drivers. These guys and girls know what they're doing. Some of these rookies have experience with other series before they made their foray into DASCAR. Speaking of that, here comes the 20 on the lead. That's Haruka Takeda in the 20 GameStop Toyota. Here comes that 04, Chris. That 04 only led one lap in season number 1. That was here at Daytona. That car never led a single lap after that lap.
Well, let's see if we can lead another lap at Daytona and possibly more, and maybe throughout more during the season. That bad luck on that car could be wiped away clean.
Well, that car only has 1 lap led here at Daytona. It could be 2 by the time they come out of turn number 4. Let's see if they can do it. The 20 hanging tough on that outside, but Vicar Blast is bringing that 04 where it's not usually been running at, in the front.
In the front, and it's going to lead one more lap at Daytona.
Is it? Yes, it is. So that's 2 laps led at Daytona by that 04.
And 2 laps throughout the whole season.
Oh, they're getting 3 wide for the race lead.
And it's only 7 laps in.
24 car, Dylan Young. Down there, 3 wide. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I don't know if that. I don't know if that 627 to 3 wide. No, he's
no,
not.
It's not. No, it's gonna push up towards the wall though.
Oh, pushes the 04 up front, or up to the top.
That could have been disaster. These guys know how to get 3 wide. It's just a matter of can they make it stick.
They kind of can stick it, but they can't stick it without pushing someone up top, and that's where the risky factor comes in. Because if you push someone up top, they can potentially hit that wall, go back down onto the track, and go into some people. And that is very, very bad if you've seen a recent wrecks here at Daytona. And take a look at the 20 car. Nope, gets blocked immediately by the 27.
Haruka Takeda going towards the front, but John Acosta said, nope, you're going to have to get by me with force. And Chris, look who's back in the series. DASCAR President John Cittadino in car 35.
Yes, it is, and underfunded too, which is very rare. I'm assumed a lot of sponsors wanted to funded him, but I guess they didn't. But still, without his sponsors, he's doing very well.
Putting that car in the top 5 where he's most comfortable with. John Cittadino has not had a lot of luck here at Daytona or any super speedway trucks that we go to. Daytona, Talladega, Auto Club, Michigan. He has been wrecked countless times.
Yeah, he's been wrecked countless times, but during I mean, it's been pretty clean all week. We might see him get actual top 10.
We might see him get a win here at the rate he's driving that car. He's driving it right toward the front. And 3 wide. These guys just love making it 3 wide and love making us go to the edge of our seats here. Oh boy, this is gonna be one hell of a season.
It is, especially the racing action we're seeing right now. Maybe what if that was the whole season? That'd be very, very astonishing.
It would be astonishing if we see 3 wide just about at every track we go to. And we're seeing it right now, about 2 rows deep in the back. 3 wide with the 33 caught up in the middle. These guys know that we're coming up to halfway.
Oh yes, they are coming up to halfway. It's around 4 or 5 laps ago that they reach halfway, and John Sedadino led the lap. Maybe his bad luck streak at Daytona could come to an end.
Single file, maybe about the top 5. I misspoken. They're going to get possibly 3 wide for the race lead. Yes, they are. 3 wide for the race lead. Here comes Emily Ray in that 34. That 34 never led a lap. Not even here at Daytona in Season 1. Let's check on Dishwasher in the 5 here, Chris, for just a second while they are sorting these out up front. There he is. Top 20, being pushed by Jaden Clarkson in the 1. Vasquez found a spot on the inside line. So Dish playing it safe.
Yeah, Dish is definitely playing it safe. He doesn't want the wreck because he's looking at the full season, full picture. He's looking for those championship points. And he figures if he can survive Daytona, he'll be able to do very good at the rest of the tracks he's on.
And Dishwasher being a road course expert here, proving that he could be a super speedway ringer as well. Dish looks like dropping down to 22nd, but not going to pose any threat to his championship status. But he did lead a lap, and that's all you need, and we don't need a crash from the 3 wide bunch.
Oh, 3. Is this coming into turn number 3? I don't know if they're going to make that stick.
I don't know if they're going to make it stick. We've seen crashes here in turn 3, but they're making it stick so far.
I'm not sure if they're making a stick. It's just letting the 44 out to dry.
Well, somehow they made it stick, and I believe the cross flags have been displayed. We're just about halfway.
About halfway, we're going to wait 2 more laps on the cross flags. We do have some breaking news coming in from the real motorsports world. If you're a fan of the V8 supercars, the last race of the season held on the Sydney Olympic Park Street Circuit 2016 will be its last race there.
Ooh, that's something you don't want to hear if you're a V8 supercar fan. Something that Chris doesn't want to hear because he loves that track.
It's not a very bad track. It's not, it's one of those tracks, that's very, very interesting, and I'm sure I will watch it with all entitlement, and hopefully the races don't go by fast. That's in December.
Jeez, that 10 got loose in the turn number 1. I think the 16 man jacked up the back tires on that car.
Hey, the move worked, so I'm not complaining.
I would think he's not complaining, but I think he just had a little bit of a mini freak out in that car, but that move propels him right to the front. 16 laps into a 32 lap event, and we still have no caution.
Yeah, no caution so far, but that could definitely change for the second half of this race, where they definitely get a little bit rowdy, and maybe they will, maybe they won't. It's going to be very interesting how the second half of this race plays out.
Yeah, and Speaking of cautionless races, we almost went caution-free in the rookie shootout here about a few weeks ago. And then we saw our first caution. So, trends here at Daytona this season, green flag run, and then a caution.
Number 10 still leading, but the 61 thinks of other things.
And that 61, a Sona course, two-time champion in this series, made the trek here to the series. Got some underfunded race cars, gonna try to bring teams to victory lane.
The 10. The 10 is almost like bulletproof right now. Well, the 18 is looking to go past his bulletproof vest.
Yeah, let's see if the AT can penetrate that bulletproof number 10 car. That 10 has led ever since it took the lead back on lap number 15. We're on lap number 19 now. So that car has led at least 4 or 5 laps. 3 wide in the back.
3 wide in the back, but that 18 is still keeping behind that 10 car. If, it's probably going to go to the inside here, but the thing is, he has no help on the inside, so I suspect he's going to keep bump drafting with the number 10.
Yeah, that 18 has no help now. It has help. The 24, Dylan Young there. So let's see if the 18 is going to pull out. And we're inside of 10 laps to go. Here comes Dylan Young down to the bottom.
Dylan Young, he blocks, number 10 blocks, but thing is, never mind, the 18 has no outside help whatsoever at the moment, so the 10 will be able to keep clocking those laps.
Yeah, that 10 trying to go for the most laps led and get some extra bonus points. Leading the most laps here in a DASCAR race will get you extra bonus points. Leading a lap will get you bonus points. And here comes Dylan Young down to the bottom.
Dylan Young down to the bottom. Will that move work? Yes, it will. The 10 is back to being mortal.
Yeah, that 10 had a good run, but that 24 said it's time for me to lead some laps here and get some bonus points, and he will by at least half a car length.
Yeah, but guess what, Jamie? We have 21 laps. We have 20 laps completed. Guess what? We have 12 more laps to go.
And the racing can only ratchet up from here. When we get inside of 10 laps to go, that's when the heat starts cranking up a little bit. So don't expect this to be the finish, and don't expect, yikes!
Sound like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo!
My goodness, that 22 just got the nose ripped off that car.
This race is very amazing, very astonishing, very, very extraordinary from what we're seeing on this track. It is hot on track, it's hot inside the driver's cockpits, it's hot inside the booth. We're sweating, Jamie. I can't believe this race.
This race is that hot, Chris. I mean, these drivers know what's on the line, and they know what's going to be coming towards them in the final laps. And they know that we're coming into 10 laps to go. So we're going to start seeing some high octane racing. These guys are going to take more and give less, fill these gaps in a lot more quicker. So that could mean trouble. 10 to go.
They want a Daytona 300 victory. They don't want it. They're hungry for it because they know this could be the last ever Daytona 300 ran, and they want a chance at that trophy.
The rookies know final one. Vasquez knows. Here she comes. The super speedway veteran of Pony Motorsports knows how to get it done here at Daytona. Going for her third Daytona 300 victory.
She won the Daytona 300 last year. Go three wide
in the back.
10 laps to go, coming into 9 laps to go. This time around, the action just keeps picking up from here.
As the lap counter ticks down, the pulse rate kicks up. And here comes Vasquez.
There we go. She makes the move, but my pick for this race, I believe, done the move way too early. It's only 9 laps to go, and she is. There he goes. 9-9's going on the inside.
22
but can
helping
she
the
block?
4 though.
No, she can't.
No, she can't.
Block.
Vasquez made the move a little bit too early there, so Vasquez, her 3rd crown is in a lot of jeopardy unless she can find a hole down there on the inside and fill it.
Now hold up, Jamie. We're seeing all these cars packed up together. What if pit stops come into play?
That is a very good question. These guys know that they're going to push the limit on fuel. So the question is, when do they pit? If they pit? And if they pit, who's going to go with them?
Very interesting question, because I don't think we're going to see pit stops in this race, because we have laps to go. Around, let's see, 8 laps to go. And if they're running low on fuel, they're not going to go down pit road this time by. They're going to keep running. So I don't know. I don't think we're going to have any pit stops.
Henry Williams leaves that 99 to the front, but here comes that 88 with help from the 73. 88 of Chris Dodd and the 73 of Tom Hall. Single file, the top 4.
Top 4 single file. Almost like train racing we had a couple years ago, Daytona, but I'm sure quickly, a few laps from now, that will all change.
Steph Cole trying to make a run on that inside line. Here comes the 73 of Chris Dodd down to the bottom of the racetrack, and that'll allow that pack to suck on back up. No, that's Tom Hall, excuse me. Oh, we got some 3 wide.
Here we go. We're clicking off another lap, and the Daytona 300 be lap 26 will be completed.
And the leader of the halfway lap has never gone on to win it here at Daytona. I totally forgot who led the halfway lap.
Well, it's certainly not these people up front.
No, it's not. Not by a long shot, but...
Wait a minute. Is that Robert Piet? No,
that's the 15 of Seth Cole. Here goes the 73 down to the bottom. Seth Cole's going to draft on by him.
Seth Cole's making the move too early, in my opinion.
My opinion, too. That car, even though it has a shot to win, it made the move a little bit too early. Or not. Three 28 laps into the race. And Seth Cole, there he goes.
We have 5 more laps to go, and think about this, Jamie. If we do have a safety car, this could end the race.
Yeah, we might not have enough laps for a possible green-white checkered here, or a 1-lap shoot out. That 99 just about put that car in the wall.
Well, they know what's at risk, Jamie. They want that trophy and a bunch of points.
Here comes the 16, the 60. The 10, the 21, and the 66 down there on the bottom.
I don't know if the 66 is going to win this race, as we now have 4 more circuits to complete.
John Ray's down there on the bottom. That's for Rage Racing. Made the move a little bit too early there. That might open up the opportunity for the 16, the 60, and the 10. Not sure yet. They are side by side.
91 underfunded car, Jamie. Think about that. An underfunded car is winning this race so far, as we're coming to the 3-lap to go mark. And still, anybody can win this.
Anyone can win it. That 66 starting to put a little bit of muscle inside that car. But I don't think it's going to be enough for that 66 to win.
No, the 91 is looking very strong, but I don't think it can lead all 3 laps.
No, it can't. Here comes the 16 of Riley Anderson. Riley Anderson going to go to the front.
Ooh. 16, isn't Piet's the 6, right?
Piet is in the 66, and we're going to go basically with 2 to go.
We're coming to 2 to go. It's still 3 laps to go. Oh, that's too tight. They make it.
I don't know how they make it. Gloria Tucker now takes the lead. 2 to go.
It's still anybody's race.
But think, Chris, if the caution waves now, the race is over.
Yes, but I don't think the caution's going to come out. I think it's going to come out at the last lap. Even if the caution does come at the last lap, it's still racing the line. It doesn't matter. And pit stops are basically out of the question now. It's 2 laps to go. You're not going to pit with 2 laps to go and leading with the Daytona 500. No, you're not. You're going to stay out and hope for the best.
Jaden Clarkson starting to make up a little bit of ground here as we come up on the white flag. Gloria Tucker in prime spot to win, but look who's there. The 21 of John Arndt. That 21 car won this race in season number 1. Can it do it again? We're coming up on the white flag. Gloria Tucker looking for the checkers.
Yeah, Jane, but don't forget about that 10 car. It's basically been bulletproof the entire race. It was leading a lot in the earlier section, had to get recycled through the field, and now it's up there. Looks like it's a 3-car breakaway, possibly 5 cars. This is just too much.
Will that 10 make a move, or will a 60 go for the checkered flag? That 60 has never won a race. Here comes Clarkson down to the bottom. Here comes the 10 down to the bottom. Are we going to go 3 wide for the race lead or not?
No, we're not. I think they're not that stupid. But the 10 car, bulletproof, all race. It's going to win the Daytona 300.
Clarkson down
wait a minute.
low.
No.
Oh my God. The 10! Ryan Acosta has done it!
Bulletproof!
Mr. Bulletproof led the most laps and leads the final one.
The most important of them all.
Clarkson gave it her all, but came up 4/1000ths of a second short.
Amazing.
What a finish.
We always seen very good finishes here at Daytona.
Well, we're going to take a look at it again, because I thought Clarkson had a pretty good run, but Mr. Bulletproof right here said no, you're going to have to get by me, and here they come to the line. Look at Clarkson with no help there on the bottom. Came up half a car length short.
More like a quarter of a car length.
It's not a drag race, but we'll take it.
It's still a side-by-side finish coming to the line.
That is unbelievable. So Ryan Acosta, in his first ever DASCAR start, takes the checkered flag in the corner. Wow, look at that margin, 41/100ths of a second. No cars off the track, no cars 1 lap down, no cautions.
Wow, take a look at that, 23 cars within a second.
Anyone had a chance to win this race, they were all within at least 0.6 of a second to 2 seconds of each other. But in the end, Ryan Acosta, Mr. Bulletproof here at Daytona, takes home the checkered flag.
And we can't see those. We can't wait to see the end result of those points once we get them exported and, into our official scoreboard. It's gonna be very amazing. Don't forget to export your points, fam.
Exactly. If you're keeping score at home, don't make sure to export your points if you're watching this race. Wow. What does the rest of the season bring us? I have no idea.
It's like throw a dart and see where it lands.
It's basically shooting darts in the dark here. We don't know what's going to happen next. But we hope you enjoyed the ride here to kick off season number 9. Chris, your final thoughts on the race?
I expect more from this in the future.
I expect a lot more as well. We hope you enjoyed the ride at home. Thanks for watching the Triodos Bank 300 here at Daytona. For Chris Washer, I'm Jimmy Finter. For all of us here at NVC and the whole entire NVCSN family, what a ride here at Daytona. Ryan Acosta wins it. Keep the hammer down, and we'll see you at the track.